Greetings metalheads, George here from No Nonsense Metal Reviews, back again with my album picks of the day. So this little assortment of albums, this is what I have been working through, listening to Friday and Saturday night. Good time to be working through some favourite albums, some essential albums and classics, of course, along with a good few beers to help get in that relaxed Friday, Saturday vibe. So I kicked things off on Friday with Rock and Roll from the legendary Motorhead, released in 1987. This album, I feel, is very underrated, but it is a very strong album indeed. It packs some killer Motorhead rock and roll tracks. Say no more. Brilliant album. If you're not familiar with that one, you absolutely need to get familiar with it. Up next was a Judas Priest classic from 1984, Defenders of the Faith. Now this album, I love it. It's a fantastic album. I haven't listened to it in a good few months, but every time I listen to it, I fall a little bit more in love with it. It is the definition of Judas Priest heavy metal. It is a masterpiece, an absolute masterpiece. So I was on a bit of a Judas Priest high after listening to Defenders of the Faith, so kept it going with Turbo from 86, I believe. Turbo, an album I've talked about recently as being another criminally underrated album. Yeah, it's more accessible sounding, a bit more glam, a bit more kind of stadium rock. Yeah, I get all that. But it is a brilliant Judas Priest album. It is start to finish packed with exceptionally good rocking tracks. Nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. So that was Friday. Saturday, kicked things off with an absolute classic again, Wheels of Steel from the mighty Saxon, one of my absolute favourite bands. Adore this band, and I adore this album. Wheels of Steel is a defining new wave of British heavy metal moment. It is just one of the most important albums from that movement. You know, seeing Saxon in November in Sheffield last year, 2025, performing that album in full, perfect. Absolutely just love that album start to finish. Iron Maiden's Fear of the Dark was up next, and it's not an album that I come back to all that regularly, but you know what? I really felt drawn to this one. I wanted some Maiden, wasn't sure what one to go for, and decided to go for Fear of the Dark. And I'm glad I did, because, you know, it's a lot better an album than I think people give it credit for. It has some truly fantastic tracks on it, but I think it's overshadowed by the brilliance of Maiden's earlier catalogue. Finishing things off, a Kiss classic, Destroyer from 1976. A Kiss essential, an absolute classic. So that's what I listened to. What have you been listening to so far this weekend, my friends?